I came to tell you today that your setback is a setup for promotion. I remember 4 years ago when I went through a divorce. I had this husband of mine that walked out on me, and I didn't think that I was going to be able to make it. 4 years later, God has done exceedingly abundantly above all that I could ever ask or dream of. And so I come to encourage you today, whatever it is that is your setback, whatever the ailment, whatever the illness, whatever the relationship that didn't go right, whatever job that you didn't get, whatever business that may have failed, it's just a minor setback to set you up for bigger and better things that God want to do inside your life. When I was going through the time, and I know when you're first going through it, it doesn't feel good. And so I'll give you 5 keys to be able to get past that and walk in your victory. The first thing I think we have to do is face it. We can't fix what we can't acknowledge. So acknowledge whatever the problem is in your life. Acknowledge it, face it, and then facilitate a plan of action to get past that. Now, a lot of times our negative thoughts keep us in bondage, but if you ask yourself each day, am I having a limiting thought today? Am I having a can't do attitude today? Am I having a stinking thinking day? And it's easier for you to assess that and change. Metaneo is the Greek word for change your way of thinking. Change your perspective. Change it to line up with what the Word of God says. And so when I went through that breakup in the relationship, I had to go back to the Word and find out what the Word said, about who I was, because I had lost who I was in that relationship. And a lot of times we do that, and we shouldn't, but we do. So remember, facilitate a plan. I had to sit down and come up with goals that I felt that I could accomplish solo, individually, that I believed that God wanted me to do. Once I facilitated a plan of action, I focused on achieving those goals. A lot of times we prove, Delatore O'Neil said, we prove that we can't be stopped, but we can be distracted. And so focus on what it is that you think God is telling you to do. And then fight fear all the way. A lot of times those thinking tries to come back up in our mind and tell us what we can't do, who we aren't, we're not good enough. And you've got to fight that, because fear is of the enemy. God says that he didn't come to give us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. So if your mind is telling you anything other than that you are victorious, that you are awesome, that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, then it's a lie. And you fight fear all the way.